Good shot.
Stay left ball. Just drifting a tad right.
Ooh, it hit the trees.
Oh, I don't know if it went through the gap, you know.
It hit the trees.
Hit the trees
Hit the
behind.
top of the trees and
I
came back.
I thought that.
I bounced and hit the trees behind that.
Yeah. It's over the
The
ditch.
gap in the hedge bit. I thought that.
That's over the
Fingers
ditch.
crossed. Cracking strike.
I think that was more wind taking it than me.
Aye, the hit. Cracking hit. And just slightly to see off the left.
Nice hit as well.
Shock right.
Yeah, great hit that.
And a sherbet ball.
You could have dabbed for it, haven't you?
It is. It's a horrible looking thing, that.
That's what you say every morning when you look in the mirror.
I do, to be honest. Wearing my tans, can I start looking like a sherbet?
No, it's one of them squishies.
Aye, squashy things, aye. There you Doug.
Aye.
Yeah.
Mine depends on the kick.
Went to the right where I wanted it, so. Yours just hit. It's a great strike. Same place?
Not have hit the trees at the worst time.
Yeah. Right when you're coming down, weren't you? Might be far enough wide. Is it?
Yeah. Are you taking another?
No.
Nah.
Dead. Oh. Great strike, Chris. Fraction right, but I think you're fine. Oh, then El Granto, the birdie man. He's had a birdie on the 6th, 1 week early. He'll be worth 221 quid that next week. Well, it'll be worth more than that if it goes to that next week. 221 pounds today. 16. That's all me and Doug are paying for. Shot.
Halfers, Lee. Halfers.
Aye. No, I don't like Doug, I'm selfish.
Nah, let that come down, mate.
I'll get laughed my tits off if I get it.
You get it, you can happily have all of it.
So we're going that way then, just lost it.
That's fine, Granny, it's fine. Kick that. Right, Doug.
I would fucking
See it? Sorry, down the middle.
I would aim and see where the branch comes out. I was aiming just to the right of that. I was aiming where mine and expecting. Yeah.
Great shot, Lee. Come back quite nicely, that.
Like close to the tennis ball bounce.
Could be close to the dip, that, I think.
Like big tennis ball bounce.
Straight-ish. So we've made it around to the turn. Probably tell by my tone of voice I'm really enjoying myself. Not. Me and Dougie have got 19. That's very much Doug. For the 19 points, I'm just not enjoying golf on it. Chris and Granty are going canny. They've got 22. I had a bit of a blob on 8. If I hadn't had that, they were flying before that. Granty had back-to-back birdies on 6 and 7. He went through a bit of a run where he went 3-pointer, 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 4-pointer, so hopefully those boys can stick it in. We've just had a rain shower, hence why the shower proofs are on, but I'll see how them boys and we get on the back nine. Hopefully I can help Dougie, because I'm playing so bad. See how we get on. 15th hole. Preview before this week's money hole. Tighten it up a little bit, Doug. We've caught up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're one behind.
Oh, what? Just in the back nine or overall?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm kept it up.
Either way. 150, what was it, 151? 149. Back left, one cast. That looks fantastic. Yeah, there. That looks great, there. Great shot. Cheers.
Two behind overall.
Eh?
Two behind.
Two behind overall. Okay.
We're in the back now.
Looking good as well. Grant needs to cut just a little bit. It has done. Oh, it's a nice bounce. Sit down now.
Sit down.
Oh, it's off the far side of the right.
Oh, hey. Back it up.
Beautiful looking shot, Chris. On the top of my ball, I think. Oh, it's not. Looking tram liner. Go on. Oh. Good effort though. Straight out with the flag. Couple of chances for the boys.
With Alfie going for the twos. Thinned the shit out of it, but ended up on the green.
16th, this week's money hole, £221 on the line. No word, because we're all playing at different times today, how anybody's done. Dougie on the tee first. Overcut it, as you see it. Grand. We've already had a 2 on what will be next week's hole, a week early. Yeah, I've just you get a double 2, then fair play. Hit it well. Grant, it's on a great line. It's got to go. It's got to gun. Yeah, short.
I'll see it, man. Happy with that.
Ship another light from there. Straight, Chris. Green shot.
Not in the money, so it doesn't matter for me.
But we're on the green.
edge. Hit it terrible. It was really tough. Rubbish. Again. So, a 2 was made on 16. Unfortunately, it wasn't by me. It wasn't by Granty.
Or me. Where are you?
There he is there. And it wasn't made by Doug at the back. But it was made by our honourable guest today,
My awesome partner.
Mr. Howie.
Unfortunately,
He's not paid into the 2s. Everybody's ecstatic. Well done, mate, well done. Last hurrah. Beauty. I think it was next to the skinny tree, I think, just over the ditch. On the right. Good hit though. Them two are going canny, Granny and Chris. Me and Doug, nothing spectacular. Forgot the wind was coming off the left. That's that raindrops I can feel. We need to run up this 18th before the thunderstorm comes. Wow! Wedge off the tee. That is.
I'm just seeing up short of the ditch, you know.
Skywalks. I mean, it's right in the middle of the fairway, Granny. You're just going to wedge off the tee.
Is that driver wedge?
Strike, Doug. Yeah, strike. Sit, 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 sit. Just short.
He's in the mouth. Rubbish!
Overdrawn.
Aye, it's one of them. It's one of them bushy things up there. Not one of them green bushy things.
Words of wisdom down there. Davy Grant, everybody. Let's see if these boys can finish it off. We'll see at the debrief. And the winners of week 16 are Mark Brown and Graham Cameron with a cracking score of 46 points. So well done, boys. They were really unlucky not to win the overall competition on the day. They lost on the back nine. So cracking knock 46. We were very surprised. I mean, they came in after my group came in. So when we saw Davy Grant and Chris Howie coming with 45, I thought that would not get beaten. But every squirrel finds a nut, or in this case, every pair of squirrel find a couple of nuts. So well done, boys. That's your first win of the season as a doubles combination. So gets you on the board. 5 points each for that. Granty and Chris, cracking knocks, boys. Other than your blob that you had on the 8th, you played absolutely class, the pair of you. Yeah, so 4 points each for that. Chris as well with a 2 on 16, but unfortunately not in with the 2s with the boys from the start of the season, but he'll be in the next lot because he plays with it pretty much every week now. So yeah, 4 points each, boys. Myself and Dougie came in with 40. That was very much Doug. I contributed a little bit on the back nine, but I felt bad for Dougie because I was just not myself. I was going through a bit of a torrid time last week, but onwards and upwards hopefully. But well done, Doug. We get 3 points each for that, so very much appreciated. Alfie and John, 38 points. Good effort by Alfie on the 2s hole. Give it a good go from quite a range, but not a beat. But 2 points each for you two. And Dean Thompson at the bottom there, after winning a couple of weeks before, bringing up the rear of the leaderboard this week. Funny how it goes. 37 points, so nobody really drastically bad. But yeah, 46 points is hell of a good going. So well done to Mark and Graham. So that makes the leaderboard look like so. Alfie, because Alfie and John were paired together, there was never going to be too much of a difference at the top end of the board, but I've snuck a point back, mainly as I say thanks to Dougie. So it puts me within 11 of Alfie, 1 behind John. Mark has tightened the gap a little bit as well, with now on 68 points in 4th place. Granty in 5th. Graham in 6th now with Joe not playing. He's overtook Joe, leapfrog Joe. Danny, Doug, Paul, Colin, Nigel and Aidan bring up the rest of the board. Handicaps wise, it's worth reviewing, as we haven't done one for quite a while, and there's been some steady knocks by the lads both on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I know I was whinging on that video, but in general I have actually played quite well fairly recently this season. So yeah, my handicap as it stands at this time of the video is 0.9, so I've had 0.7 cuts so far this season, so fairly happy. Just wish I could piece it all together. I feel like it's more to come, but yeah, little fingers crossed it'll click one of these days. But Alfie, who's had a great season, he says handicap at the start of the year, he knew he was better than what he was after a year of ill health last year, but he's coming down nicely. He's had a 2.2 cut. I wish I could say the same for Mark, but yeah, he's gone the other direction, but he always comes into form towards the end of the year. Every single season, exactly the same. He gets roughly August, September time. He hits a bit of form and then he gets cut for the winter. Doesn't do anything really for the start of the season and comes into his own a little bit at the end. So it looks like with the score that him and Graham had on Saturday, that we might be just about to hit that point in time. So yeah, he's off 9.2 now to 2.9 lift since the start of the year. So some big competitions coming up at the Hobson. So he might be licking his lips if he can find his mojo, get his mojo back and stay calm. You know that you've got to do there, Brownie. You've got to stay calm between the ears, especially. Dougie, it's been fairly solid pretty much all year. He's at a 0.5 lift, but nothing too major either way. Danny hasn't been able to practice as much as he'd like with quite a lot going on at home, but again, I think as well, he's played with Danny, always played with Danny on a Wednesday, and he's starting to get there, I think. So with these few extra shots that he's got, it wouldn't surprise me if Danny comes in with a cracking score in the next couple of weeks. Wouldn't surprise us at all. John represents his position on the leaderboard. He's had a cracking year. He's off 11.4 now, so he's had nearly a full two-shot reduction. Sorry. And yeah, he's played really solid pretty much all season. So good to see. Granty, whose handicap never seems to change no matter what he does. Nothing more to say other than that. Paul doesn't really play as much. Joe, pretty much the same. In fact, the rest of the lads haven't really changed too much. Nigel's just now starting to get to the point where his scores from last year are starting to come off his last 20 counting scores. So it's lifting a little bit, but that'll do him no harm at all. And as I say, hopefully he's starting to feel a bit better and starting to swing a bit more free, and hopefully a few good knocks are on the way for Nigel. But that's a bit of an insight into where we are at the minute. As you saw, the twosole, and the twosole wasn't won by the rest of the lads. As I say, unlucky for Chris that he's not in with the lads from the start of it. Otherwise, he would have been raking up a canny wedge. But it rolls on to the 6th in week 17. It'll be worth around 230. Depends how many people are playing. Yeah, 6 and 15 are always the holes we expect it to be won on. It all depends on the wind on the 6th. It's the shortest hole. But I've looked at the videos back, and pretty much every time it's been on the 6th, the pin's been at the front, and it's a tricky pin to get at the front when it's playing straight downwind. So fingers crossed we get a favourable pin, and we'll have plenty of chances at it. But we'll see how we get on. But that's all for us. We'll see you next week.